Okay, mate. Let's pendle caught your eye. Yeah, let's look into this long run up, and we're getting this drop here. Is this two-week chart? Now, what is interesting about pendle, and it doesn't have to mean it's the exact low, is the fact that we are now below the first major pivot. This is usually, and I'm going to draw this box right down to the purple 200. Well, it's going to continue to rise here, so it probably doesn't even need to be that low. Somewhere about there, as this is going to come up and this is flattening out. This, what I'm implying, is potentially the lowest it should go. Right? If the crash continues, or if the drop continues, this should be the lowest it should go, because all of your volume in here. This is your red 200 and purple 200. The first drop into the red and purple 200 in bull markets can often be very good. I can show you an example. AV here, you see this first drop continued and continued and continued, and it felt like it was going to stop on the white 100, and we got the bounce. Let's look at this here actually. So, you know, it pierced below the white 100 here, and it took out the first major lows, right? And you think this is a buy, and it was a buy, right? It did bounce, and it was a very nice bounce back up. Now that's, I don't know what percentage that is, but that's a 35% bounce. So buying below these first lows would have produced good results if you took your profits. But it eventually rolled back lower again, and we went into the red 200 moving average. And these dips into the red 200 moving average are gifts. Are absolute gifts quite often in these type of patterns if they continue to drop back. So although I like it here, there is the chance that the same sort of thing happens. We are still red on the quarter, and we have 1 month and 18 days left on a red quarter. So is there time for this to do this? There is. This is the problem we're in right now. There is time for this, and then, you know, in a new quarter you can ramp back up and do something like this, build out the pattern or whatever, you know, before making those moves and making that run, right? Or whatever. I'm not saying it's going to $18. I'm just trying to illustrate something similar to this. Nobody thought that this used to be called Lend, sorry, AV. Nobody thought that AV was going to do something like this, but you can see what happens. This is a long drawn out bullish base, but buying the dips in a bullish base are what you want to be doing in theory. You know, you can kind of wait and try and buy up here on the breakout, but you've missed. For example, if you do manage to buy on the red 200 moving average down here somewhere, right? We can just see the returns to the first high. Right, returns to the first high. If you wait and buy the breakout here, so that's a 5x, and this is a 15x. So you're basically getting an extra 10x from buying the dip, from having the guts or whatever to be buying down in here and to understanding the pattern. So, you know, it pays literally if we can get this right. And that's why I'm having patience. I've not been as active. My voice has been a bit bad. I've got a bit of a damaged vocal cord. It's a long-standing issue, but it kind of comes and goes, and I just need to manage it. But and I've been building the trading tools, because, you know, there's not much point trading much of this, and the market is dead. You know, nothing's moving today. A couple of main coins, PEP and something else, rats and something, I don't know, some of the meme coins. But apart from that, there's nothing moving, really, to be honest. Ethereum is potentially putting in a bit of a bottom, because there are the ETFs coming up. If it can hold this and move a bit higher into the ETFs, and what if it gets approved? That's a big thing for the market. And it's due in 10 days time, I think. Don't quote me on 10 days, but I've around the 22nd of May was my memory. But what I'm saying here, this green box area is often very good. Now, if you took the same principle here, actually I have a green box here, took the same principle in there, right? If you know, when you look back on it, right? Let me just move some of these away. When you look back on it, it looks huge here now, but when you look back on it, and if these can run, you know, averaging into this box looks pretty small. Then, in the moment, yeah, the box looks huge, and you're thinking, well, so obviously you don't buy it all here. If you're buying, you buy a small bit, and then you buy another small bit, and then you buy another small bit, or averaging, and then you can, you know, if you end up getting your average in and around the red 200 moving average, Well, and you just say you had $10,000. I don't know. It could be whatever. You had $100. It doesn't matter what it is. $1 million. You know, if you only got $50 out of $100 added, and your average is down here, well, you're sitting pretty with half a position. You can add that half a position either on a breakout up here, or you can just add it. Adding to winners can be good. If you added to winners on the entire way up here, you know, you would have continued to make more and more and more money. Of course, you got to take your profits at some point. Pendle has been one of the stronger coins. Now, in this first phase of the bull market, this is the first phase of the bull market, no question about it, because if we look at Pendle, right, and that's not an accurate, is that a 10x, 11x? Yeah, that's a huge move. Dips off these are often buying opportunities. Anyway, so that's just my thoughts. I like here, this area is a potential area we can get a bounce from, or a reaction, but I love down into the red and purple 200 moving averages. I just thought I would share this fractal with you. You can see also what is happening. Last point here, I need to rest my voice a bit. The white 100 moving average here, the white 100 moving average here is about to pop out into price. This is building a pressure cooker. This is building a bullish pressure cooker in theory, right? Let me just change that so you can kind of see there, and whatever way it moves up on the price, and then your price can, if it comes down here and we can get that move back up, you want to get above the white 100 again and elect as support and kind of push it on its merry way. I'll just change this so there's no confusion. Something like that, similar to here. So we may need time. This may need to continue dropping into the red 200 moving average, to be honest, but it's starting to get into very good levels for accumulation. For small accumulation, and be willing to add lower. The ultimate buy point is pierces of these red 200 and purple moving averages. That's a fantastic place, if we get it, of course.